some questions.
Yep.
And just do it like this.
Okay.
So, how is the tour with Heidenfest going so far?
It's been really good. It's pretty easy to work for. It's pretty short and well, there's no off days, so it's kind of getting a bit tired, but it's only 4 shows to go, so it's pretty okay.
So how does a typical tour day of Turisas look like?
Well, at least for me it seems like waking up really late, well, trying to find a backstage, get some breakfast, go through the gear, then it's usually dinner, and then there's only a few hours to the show, and then show, then maybe some party, small party, and that's about it, day after day.
You have released a new album, Turisas 2013, a month ago. Can you say a few words about it?
Well, yeah, the album came out just like 1 or 2 months ago, and I think it's been doing pretty well. It's a bit different album than maybe the previous albums. We decided to do a kind of different approach production-wise. We recorded a lot of stuff ourselves, and then of course the music is pretty different also, since we started working on the album already in the last year and wrote the songs, and yeah, of course the production, since we recorded a lot of stuff ourselves, it turned out to be pretty different than the later albums, but that was kind of the point also. We want to make something different, that we don't sound like the previous album or previous of that album, so it's pretty different, I guess.
And why have you chosen this album title? It's not really creative, or...
No, well, we had a lot of discussions about the album name, and we wanted something that would kind of tell what the band is about nowadays, since we had some lineup changes, and it kind of sounds different than the previous album, so we thought about, well, how does the band sound in like 2013, and that's kind of why we choose the name.
Okay. So who in the band is writing the most of the songs?
Matthias is writing most of the stuff, but on this album there's also stuff from me and Olli, the violin player. So on this album I think I did few songs, Olli did few, and Matthias did kind of the rest. But we kind of worked them together also. So.
Can you say a few differences to the old albums?
Well, I think kind of big difference is on the old albums, we, at least like the last album, we had a lot of orchestration parts, which is kind of written to the orchestra itself, and on this album we want to kind of make the album that sounds like when the band plays live, so there's kind of a lot of stuff written more to the guitars and keyboards and different instruments, so it's kind of, I think the style of the band is still the same, but it's kind of composed in a different way, you know, in a way, I guess. And of course the production, since the last album we tried to make it sound as big as possible, and this album we kind of tried to avoid that, so that's also a big difference.
Okay, so during the production of Turisas 2013 the band lineup has changed. Why?
Well, our original drummer, Tude Lehtonen, decided that he wanted to do something else than playing in the band anymore, so that kind of course made us, we had to change it, get a new drummer, and at the same time we had Jukkis playing bass, he originally came to the band just kind of, he wanted to, we were looking for a bass player, and he was supposed to be just kind of do one tour and that's it, but he ended up doing a lot of tours with us, and he decided also he kind of wants to concentrate on his own band project, so we had to find also a bass player. And yeah, that's for, thank God we found a good bass player and a drummer just before the recording, so.
So is it difficult to find new band members?
Yeah, I guess in Finland it's so small country, if you want to find good musicians who are not in the band already, it's pretty difficult to find them, so. But I think those guys we found, they are kind of, they had done a lot of different kind of music before this, and they play in a different kind of bands, not really a metal bands, so it was kind of a good find.
Okay. Then your favorite place in Finland, which should be definitely visited during holidays there?
Well, I don't know. Of course, if you come to Finland, I think you have to visit Helsinki. Of course, it's the capital of Finland, and it's kind of the only big city in Finland. It's not even big city compared to all the other cities in Europe. And in Helsinki, you can see a lot of different sides of Finland. It's in the coast, and then Helsinki is not that big city, so you can even see the nature. And there's a place called Suomenlinna, which is just outside of Helsinki. It's like an island where there's a castle. It's kind of nice place to visit on summertime. Of course, if you come in the winter time, it doesn't really matter where you go. It looks exactly the same every year.
Yes. So which do you prefer more, Finland in summer or in winter?
Summer, definitely.
Why?
Well, as a Finnish person, I grew up hating winter, so because you have to tolerate it all the time, and the winter is pretty long in Finland. And it's not about that it's cold or there's snow. It's more like it's kind of dark all the time. Winter lasts so long, and the summer is so short. So kind of all the Finnish people love summer because it's so short. And
yeah, I did some interviews before with other Finnish musicians, and almost everyone said the same. He hates winter.
Yeah.
So what? A small club gig or a big arena? What is better?
Well, I think the best would be like not the smallest club, but like medium-sized club gig. And since on the club shows, I feel since the audience is so close, it's more kind of a intimate show, and I think as an artist you can kind of get more energy to the stage from the audience when they are really close by. Like on the big shows, like on the really big shows, the audience is so far away. But on the other hand, on the big shows, when there is a huge stage and you can kind of have really nice stage setup.
So, and do you also like watching a gig, or do you more like playing a gig?
Well, I go to the shows pretty often in Finland when I'm home. There's a small venue next to my place where I live, and I go to see the bands there. So I kind of like to watch shows, but yeah, I definitely prefer playing them myself.
Okay. And what can we expect tonight? Maybe if you can name some songs you will play.
Well, tonight I think we are playing pretty many new songs also. We try to play like songs from all the albums, at least like one per album. And since this is the first tour since the new album, so we are planning to play like 5, maybe 4 songs of the new album. I don't know exactly what songs we play, and we try to decide them just before the show, but I guess from the new album I'm pretty sure we play the video song 10 More Miles probably, and of course some old To Holmgard and Beyond and Battle Metal and songs like that, so it will be pretty varied.
Okay, then do you have some last words for my listeners?
Well, I hope you like the new album, or at least give it a try, listen to it once, and if you don't like it, well, that's fine too, but I hope to come to see the shows, and yeah, thanks for the interview.
Then I have, if you can just read these.
Yeah. Hey, this is Jussi from Turisas. You are listening to Punainen Maitoa on Radio Agora.
Now with this A.
Ah, okay.
It's,
oh yeah,
I know it's a
Maitoa.
mistake,
Okay.
but
Okay,
it should be.
Hello, this is Jussi Wickström from Turisas. You are listening to Punainen Maitoa on Radio Agora.
Thanks.
Cool.
Story behind this name.
Okay.